same. 'Cause I've been waiting, watching and praying for you to go insane. I've been calling out, come on out and find me. I've been waiting my turn. Pressure's on, now your heart is beating to the sound of my name, and I say, find me.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding of this circuit.
Feeling the fire, burning the thought of calling back your name.
What the fuck?
Maybe it's all different because I cease to play your game. Forget the footsteps forward and take one back, breathe that you're secure. Hey, so now you're crying, open the binding. I'm what you're looking for. Calling out, come on out and find me. I've been waiting my turn. Pressure's on, now your heart is beating to the sound of my name, and I say, this silver smile, it won't get you anywhere anymore.
Game, would you stop fucking bullshitting me on that? I'm hitting that corner perfectly.
Great stuff. You pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong
Bullshit,
momentum
man.
over the weekend.
Again, why? Why are you right? Why are you telling me that I'm green in that first quarter? No, I'm not. I'm fucking coming in the way you're supposed to. Fucking stupid.
This is Ice-T.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and
Matty Ice. I convinced NFL teams to turn to cold water washing with Tide.
The NFL, your uniforms get dirty.
Tide can handle it, even in cold. Plus, if fans join in, they can save up to $150 on their energy bill.
looks like you just made the team, rookie.
Turn to cold with Tide.
And that's the bottom line.
It's got to be Tide.
Energy savings based on average when switching from hot to cold and non-HE machine.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
Did you know Amazon provides ways of working that fit your lifestyle? They know you value your time outside of work, juggling family, school, friends, or other activities. That's why they offer a variety of shifts that work for you. There are full-time, part-time, and even temporary opportunities that can work with your schedule, with great starting pay and sign-on bonuses. If you want a career that fits and adapts to your lifestyle, head to Amazon.com/apply. Amazon is a proud equal opportunity employer.
expect in the current conditions.
It's perfect outside, it's like God let me dial up the weather. Got the whole crew here, I ain't seen some of them in forever. It's one of those never forget it, better stop and take it in kind of scenes. Everything's just right, yeah, except for one thing. You should be here.
sleep at night? Mama, the nerve of this guy to leave me so easy. Am I gonna be alright? I wanna kick myself for falling so hard. Mama, can you die from a broken heart? Can you ask Daddy if he's got time to come and look at my front door? They got slammed last night, and now it don't close right. And just promise that you won't tell him everything and keep that pistol in the drawer. Mama, please.
True Southern dad, by the way. Just a true Southern dad. Like, I didn't realize that almost any dad would be the same way, but hell, even as a, you know, as a guy in general, protecting a female is kind of one of your instincts in certain situations. And, you know, it's one of those weird places to be in when you're basically telling your mom, don't tell Daddy about everything that went on because he's gonna freaking go after the guy. And that's not healthy. You know?
Please don't say I'm gonna laugh about this someday. You didn't see the way he drove away. How does he sleep at night? Mama, the nerve of this guy.
But in the end, I just want to state this. You will be okay at the end. Just to be that guy. You will be okay at the end. It just takes time to be okay.
To leave me so easy, am I gonna be alright? I wanna kick myself for falling so hard. Mama, can you die from a broken heart? Oh, broken heart. Can your knees give out from praying so hard? Can you go blind from crying in the dark? Was it ever really real? If he don't feel like I feel, how does he sleep at night? Mama, the nerve of this guy to leave me so easy. Am I gonna be alright? How does he sleep at night? Mama, the nerve of this guy to leave me so easy. Am I gonna be alright? I wanna kick myself for falling so hard. Mama, can you die from a broken heart? A broken heart.
Oh, fuck. Not this song.
Clearing off a table in my mind was set for two. Acting like it's nothing, but I'm feeling like a fool. And something's gotta break before another one brings me down. They bring me down. Next one had me trusting every word I thought was true. How could you keep lying as she's lying next to you? And something's gotta break before another one brings me down. Yeah, they bring me down. But what if there's something that I keep missing? What if there's someone that I can't lose? That's when I'm crying, will he listen? Isn't there anybody? What if there's someone that makes me happy? Someone that I already know. What if keep missing? What if there's someone that I can't lose? That's when I'm crying, will he listen? Isn't there anybody? What if there's someone that makes me happy? Someone that I already know. What if, what if, what if that anybody? Oh, anybody's you. Yeah, anybody's you. Yeah, anybody's you. Yeah, anybody's you. Anybody's you.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions
Like I said,
apply.
though,
Visit
my middle
spectrummobile.com
sector.
for details.
At this track.
America's most reliable network is going ultra with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband now in more of Detroit, so you can do more. With up to 10 times faster speeds, you can download a movie in mere minutes. What? Yes, Verizon is going ultra, so you can too. 5G Ultra Wideband available in select areas. Most reliable based on rankings from the RootMetrics US Root Score Report dated first half 2021, excluding C-band and not specific to 5G networks. Your results may vary. Not an endorsement. Speed comparison to median Verizon 4G LTE speeds. Downloads vary based on network conditions and 5G content optimization.
Did you know Amazon provides ways of working that fit your lifestyle? They know you value your time outside of work, juggling family, school, friends, or other activities. That's why they offer a variety of shifts that work for you. There are full-time, part-time, and even temporary opportunities that can work with your schedule, with great starting pay and sign-on bonuses. If you want a career that fits and adapts to your lifestyle, head to Amazon.com/apply. Amazon is a proud equal opportunity employer.
Are you hoping things clear up before qualifying? You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Great. Well, that's everything.
I turned on the evening news, saw an old man being interviewed, turning 102 today. They asked him what's the secret to life. He looked up from his old pipe, laughed and said, all I can say is, don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. Well, I was glued to my TV when it looked like he looked at me and said, best start putting first things first. 'Cause when your hourglass runs out of sand, you can't rip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth. Don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years is there and there. And you pray God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink.
Wow, 1.2 seconds off it. I'm not even out of the final lap yet.
So I've been trying to slow it down.
On one guard, like that.
I've been trying to take it
how fast I am around here.
in this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in.
Damn!
Don't
109.7.
just
best
like
lap I've ran all week.
6 years old and you take a nap.
All day today.
Wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years is there in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. No, don't blink. Don't blink. Life goes faster than you think. So don't blink. Life goes faster than you think. Don't blink. Don't blink. Life goes faster than you think.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Before I came on stage tonight, I met a lot of guys and girls.
Actually, I like this live.
Before I came on stage tonight, I met a lot of guys and girls from all the radio stations all around here. That's meant a whole lot to me in my career. And this past year, they made this song a really big hit record for me. And I wrote this song a couple years back on my bus. It's one of my favorite songs I ever wrote. And it goes like this.
And he wrote it. It wasn't somebody else. He wrote it. Him, and if I remember rightly, it's Shay Beccadelli that's on it, that helped to write it, which also helped to write There Goes My Life. Or actually, he wrote There Goes My Life. Kenny did it, and, you know, took the song to #1 in a heartbeat. But, you know, it was a very, very perfectly done song. So is this one.
Jack and Diane painted a picture of my life and my dreams. Suddenly this crazy world made more sense to me. Well, I heard it today and I couldn't help but sing along. 'Cause every time I hear that song, I go back to two-tone short bed Chevy, driving my first love out to the levee, living life with no sense of time. I go back to the feel of the 50-yard line, a blanket of girls, some raspberry wine, wishing time would stop right in its tracks. Every time I hear that song, I go back, I go back. When I used to rock all night long to keep on rocking me, baby. The frat parties, college bars, just trying to impress the ladies. Well, I heard it today and I couldn't help but sing along. 'Cause every time I hear that song, I go back to the smell of an old gym floor, the taste of sun on a Carolina shore after graduation sometimes our lives take us to another place and time.
He's not wrong. We all do have that song that just takes us all the way back. And for me, you know, it is songs like this that do it. It is songs that are meaningful, that have so much power behind them. But the meaning is universal. It's not, you know, one meaning. It's a universal meaning. You know, it's... And they, you know, that's what we don't get it off of with songs anymore, is the universal meaning songs. The songs that really carry weight.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Generation to generation to generation. We don't have songs like that anymore. We don't have songs that I honestly believe will last generation. You know, my dad was listening to a bunch of 80s music the other night, and I'm like thinking, you know, 80s, yeah, my dad grew up in the 80s, but here's the thing. I grew up with 80s music. In my life, even. That was real music, man. Come on.
So I go back to the pew, preaching around a choir, singing about God and brimstone and fire and the smell of Sunday chicken after church. I go back to the loss of a real good friend, the 16, something to share with him. Now only the good die young stops me in my tracks. Every time I hear that song, I go back. I go back to the feel of a 50-yard line, a blanket of girls, some raspberry wine. I go back to watching summer fade to fall, growing up too fast and I do recall. I go back to the loss of a real good friend, the 16 summer to share with him. I go back. I go back. I go back.
He's got a corner lot on Dogwood Drive. A year-old truck and a 9 to 5. Comes home at night to a pretty wife with a baby dude. He'll sleep in on Saturday, cut the grass if it don't rain. After church, he'll watch the game and have a beer or two. He'll stand up when he hears the anthem, and that won't ever change. He's still a soldier, his blood runs red, white, and blue. He put away his gun and boots, but he still believes the American dream. To his last breath, he'll always be a soldier. He's still a soldier. His couch for the news at 10. He'll see those places that he's been, and when a brother falls, there's a part of him that does too. And if they call and needed him back, oh, he'd be on that plane. He's still a soldier, his blood runs red, white, and blue.
you've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Come on. Honeysuckle in the air, breeze blowing through your hair, 100 stars hanging high up in your spell
That's the
tied
fastest
up.
lap so far. Well done.
"4 years old, dressed up like a superhero, always smiling, never showing he ain't well. His mom and daddy held his hand through all the chemo. Man, sometimes this side of heaven is hell." Sarah Rollins, she left home right out of high school. Felt the call to serve the day those towers fell. She came back home today underneath the flag and a 21 gun salute. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell.
Yes, it is.
Somewhere right now 1,000 tears are falling. Somewhere right now our hearts all out of break. And sometimes it feels like God don't hear us calling out for help. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell. Young couple laughing, crying, celebrating. The 2 little pink lines showed up clear as a bell. But their world crashed down when the ultrasound found no heart beating. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell. Somewhere right now 1,000 tears are falling. And somewhere right now our hearts all out of break. And sometimes it feels like God don't hear us calling out for help. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell. I know that on the other side there's healing. Jesus said there ain't no sorrow up there.
Okay, we can take you
But
this way.
sometimes it takes all I've got to hold on to the promise that only this side of heaven is hell. Somewhere right now 1,000 tears are falling. Somewhere right now our hearts all out of break. Sometimes it feels like God don't hear us calling out for help. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell. Sometimes this side of heaven is hell. But only this side of heaven is hell.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be
Switch to
fronting the
Spectrum
grid.
Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
At Huntington, we've been asking ourselves, is it possible to lend money at 0 interest? And it totally is. Introducing Standby Cash. When you need extra cash, you can qualify for between $100 and $1,000 at Huntington. And it's free when you auto-pay us back across 3 months. Why would a bank do that? Just to look out for people. That's how we reinvent banking. Huntington. Welcome. Without automatic payments, 12% APR. Eligibility requirements apply. Amount available is based on customer eligibility. Learn more at huntington.com/standbycash.
Life dealt with my ghosts and I've faced all my demons. Finally content with the past I regret. I found you find strength in your moments of weakness. For once I'm at peace with myself. I've been burdened with blame and trapped in the past for too
A proper road
long.
race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way.
I'm moving on. At last I can see life has been patiently waiting for me, and I know.
And there's no track in F1 that an F1 driver wants to win more than this track here. This track specifically
It's time to take a look at our starting
is the
grid
track
for
I
today's
believe
race.
every
The
F1 driver
Professor
wants
lines
to
up
win.
on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Giovinazzi, Verstappen, George Russell, and Sainz. Mick Schumacher.
There's no guarantee, but I'm not
to keep the momentum.
alone. There comes a time in everyone's life when all you can see are the years passing by. And I haven't made up my mind that those days are gone.
Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Sarah Beth is scared to death to hear what the doctor will say. She hasn't been well since the day that she fell.
Now, if I understand the origins of skin correctly, from what I've read into on it, the origins of the story with the song is it was a friend of one of the members that was actually, his daughter was just diagnosed. And it was taking a toll on one of them quite hard. Because it affects everybody in the family. It don't fucking matter if it's a cousin, aunt, uncle. It affects everyone. Okay? That is the one thing about cancer is that when one person gets it in a family, everybody gets it. It's not just one person. You know, only one person goes through treatment for it. But everybody else around them tries to understand what they're going through. And that's the biggest thing that you could do when, you know somebody that's dealing with that.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Here we go, though.
And the bruise, it just won't go away. So she sits and she waits with her mother and dad and flips through an old magazine till the nurse with a smile comes through the door and says, will you please come with me? Sarah Beth closes her eyes. She dreams she's dancing around and around without any cares, and her very first true love is holding her close. And for a moment she is unscared.
Feels like today, yeah.
wanna stay, why won't you fade away? Why can't it be over for me if it's over for you? How did you get there and I'll not be there too? Was I blind to the signs? Am I losing my mind? Cause I'm dying here and you're just fine. I wish you weren't so honest with it, honestly. Don't tell me that you love me still and leave. Why can't it be over for me if it's...
That's a powerful lyric. Don't tell me you love me and then leave. No, that... You clearly don't love me if you just, you know, tell me that and then you leave 2 weeks later. No, fuck that. That's bullshit. No. You're gonna say it, mean it. Like, seriously, mean it. And that's the one thing I want to state is that, you know, while yes, I've emotionally closed off myself quite a bit, when I've said the things that I have to the people that I've needed to say it to, I have meant every single word of it. You know, but getting emotionally connected to someone is just something that is a very, very tricky thing for me to walk around. Let's just put it that way.
With you, cause you're over me and I'm not over you. Did you feel this way before you did it, or did you wake up one day and know you didn't wanna stay? If you ain't gonna stay, why won't you fade away? Why can't it be over for me if it's over for you? How did you get there and I'll not be there too? Was I blind to the signs? Am I losing my mind? Cause I'm dying here and you're just fine. I wish you weren't so honest with it, honestly. Don't tell me that you love me still and leave. Why can't it be over for me if it's over for you? Cause you're over me.
Don't tell me you love me still, and then still leave. Like, that's a lyric that's so powerful because it's just, you know, he's saying, look, you're so honest with me and everything else, but then you tell me you love me and you leave. Or that you still love me and you leave. Like, that, no, that's not how that works. Like, come on now.
I'm not over you. Yeah, I'm not over you. No. Why can't I move on when
I keep asking myself the same question. I keep asking myself the same question. Literally, why can't I move on? Like, I want to so much, but it's like something just holding me in one spot.
I know you're gone. Why can't it be over for me if it's over for you? How did you get there and I'll not be there too? Was I blind to the signs? Am I losing my mind? Cause I'm dying here and you're just fine. I wish you weren't so honest with it, honestly. Don't tell me that you love me still and leave. Why can't it be over for me if it's over for you? Cause you're over me and I'm not over you. Yeah, I'm not over you. I'm not over you.
And now, another stroke of genius.
And the other thing I want to say there is that, you know, why is it always in a relationship when one of you breaks up, if one has more feelings for the other, that's the one that gets hurt. And typically the one who has feelings for the other, typically is the one that's getting broken up with, not the one actually breaking up the relationship. And that is where, you know, you really have to question, you know, certain things about it. And, you know, it's you know. And here's the screwed up part. I never said, when I told the girl that I loved her and everything else, I never said I wanted anything from it. Never even pushed for that. I just wanted to get the feelings out there so she knew how I felt.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Copy.
So.
From Genesis Credit Union. Today, Genius Checking.
I'm no math whiz, but even I can calculate the benefits of a Genius high-yield checking account from Genesis Credit Union. With just 10 debit transactions a month and e-statements, I'll earn 4.07% APY.
With 28 locations and 30,000 ATMs. Stop by or check us out at genesiscu.org.
That's genius.
That's Genesis. Federally insured by the NCUA. Annual percentage yield paid on average daily balance up to $7,500.
Listen to your gut. Listen to your spirit. Trust it. Wild Turkey Bourbon's recipe hasn't changed in over 100 years. Why? Because sometimes changing nothing is the boldest move you can make. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit.
Wild Turkey Distilling Company, Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Copyright 2022. Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
Today was gonna be the day. He'd already wrote the note and parked that Chevrolet at the end of that dead-end road. Had his finger on the trigger, just about to end everything. He was taking one last long breath when he heard his cell phone ring. And his best friend said, man, where you been? We're heading down to the lake this weekend. You better not miss it, 'cause buddy, I swear it won't be the same if you ain't there. And I told that girl that you like so much, you were coming along and her eyes lit up. I better let you go, man, I really hope I didn't get you in the middle of anything. He said you kinda did, but I don't mind at all. I'm glad you called. In another town.
Now, here's the only comment I have on that bit of the song, and it's the fact that if you have a situation where that comes up, okay, and you worry about someone that much and you make that call, and you do stop them from doing whatever it may be that they were about to do, make sure you get in touch with them in an actual, meet with them somewhere. Seriously. Because at that moment, they need you more than you need them. Trust me on that. I knew a couple people that committed suicide, and It's not something that's a great thing to hear. Trust me. I actually had a friend of a friend who knew a girl who actually took her own life after an incident that came up that sent her going through a spiral effect, basically. And I remember being at the benefit that my friend put together with my dad and, you know, the team that we were with and everything else, all being there. It was because the friend was a baseball player and I just happened to know him very well. I knew why we were doing it and everything else. It hit close to home, and that was one that I still remember, and it's still something that I remember deep down, and it's something that, you know, kind of made me who I am in the way that, you know, I don't judge anybody, and I try to make this a safe area in every which way I can. As I've said before, we could disagree on things, but, you know, just be open about it. You know, don't, you know, just have a disagreement with me and then leave. No, just, you know, hear what I have to say. I'll hear what you have to say.
Seconds.
And believe it or not, we may find a common ground within that. And that's something I want to say is that one of the things that I've been noticing about the political realm right now is we sit in a position right now where if your view doesn't match with mine, you need to be silenced. No. Okay, let's hear what he has to say, and then take from it what we think is actually useful information, and compromise between us and make something work. You know?
Down the road in the backseat of a car, 2 18-year-olds had let a kiss go too far. He said, how we gonna have this child when we're both headed off to school? He convinced her late one night there's only one thing to do. She was scared to death in that waiting room when the nurse asked how far along are you. She said 5 weeks, and just about then her phone lit up and his call came in saying, baby, I was wrong about everything. I've already bought you a diamond ring. We're gonna start a life. Would you be my wife? Boy or girl, pink or blue?
And as I always said, it was in that moment where he realized he had to make a very critical choice. And believe it or not, I believe that even though it's just a song, and it's just the lyrics for a song, I still would believe that in this situation, the parents would have some say in it. Because it's one of those situations where if you have enough trust in your parents, you ask them what to do. And what I'm gonna say is that, well, yes, your parents may be mad initially. They are gonna tell you what the right thing to do is. Regardless. And that's why I like how he turned it so quickly. Because it was like, wait a minute, 218, you know, when a kiss go too far, okay, that's not unheard of happening. But then, you know, it goes further into, you know, she's sitting in an abortion clinic and it's just like, don't go there. Please, no, don't. That's not the answer. That is not the answer. Ever. I know having the kid is going to be hard, but, you know, we have adoption, we have all sorts of other methods that can be used. Just saying.
Either way, all she could say as she felt those teardrops fall. I'm so glad you called. If someone you know is weighing on your mind and needs a friend on the other end of the line, don't hesitate. What you say may seem so small, but who knows? They might be glad you called.
And, you know, between me and my best friend, I've sent him this song. And he said it to me. He's glad that I did. Because it's a song he keeps in a rotation regularly. Because it's a song that, you know, if someone's weighing on you, you know, send them that text. Send them that call. You know, make that move. Because if they're weighing on you, that means that you're worried. Don't hesitate at that point. I don't care if it's the middle of the fucking day. Do it anyway. Seriously. Do it anyway. So what if their boss gets pissed? Would you rather he be pissed for a brief moment? Or would you rather continue to worry about someone that you don't know how they're actually doing? You know? So this song's just one of those songs where, you know, it's so powerful. And, I mean, I look at the comment section when I watch the video for it, and I read some of the comments on it, and it's so pure, the comment section on YouTube for it, because it's just such a powerful message in this song. You know, it's, you know, making that call that could save someone's life, save someone from that dark place that they may be in, is a tremendous thing. But as we are currently 16 seconds ahead, sitting comfortably, by the way,
Max is in the pits. Max in the pits.
we pit in another 3 laps.
reducing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Right now we're guaranteed to come out first because of the gap to second. But the upside is because of the gap to second and everything else that, you know, when I do finally come in, the lead I have will come down regardless. So that's the upside to it, is that, well, yes, I have an advantage.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
And everything else, it's a controlled advantage. To the point where, if you notice, I'm not actually using ERS much here, and it's because this track, you really don't need to. You really don't. This is the one track where I say that you don't need it a lot of the time. Though, I will also say, I don't know what they did at the middle sector, but primarily the reason why I started on pole and got in front on the first lap was, for some reason, I have a, every time I've raced here recently, I have like a 7/10 advantage in the middle sector for an unknown reason. And that carries me throughout the entire lap. Like, my middle sector is my strong sector, and that's it. Everywhere else is weak. My first sector, in fact, I was... By the end of the first sector alone, I was 0.4 back on the first lap. So, by the end of the second sector, I was little over a 10th up. And by the end of the first lap, I was half a second up. So, and that half a second has been the gap that I've been gaining pretty much ever since. So,
so make the call. Yeah, make that call.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
oh, this must have been the version my dad was hearing last night. Yeah, it's a Spotify session version. So it's basically a live studio version, basically.
You know I'd fall apart without you. I don't know how you do what you do.
Gap to teammate
And that's what I
behind
love
is
about it.
33.8
There's
seconds.
everything that don't make sense about me. It makes sense when I'm with you. Like everything that's green, girl, I need you. But it's more than one and one makes two. So put aside the math and the logic of it. You gotta know you want it too. 'Cause I wanna wrap you up, wanna kiss your lips, I wanna make you feel wanted. And I wanna call you mine, wanna hold your hand forever, never let you forget it. 'Cause baby, I wanna make you feel wanted.
50 laps on these tires now. That's what we gotta go.
Anyone can tell you you're pretty,
Yeah, they can.
And you get that all the time. I know you do. But your beauty's deeper than the makeup. And I wanna show you what I see tonight. When I wrap you up, when I kiss your lips, I wanna make you feel wanted. And I wanna call you mine. Wanna hold your hand forever. Never let you forget it. 'Cause baby, I just wanna make you feel wanted. As good as you make me feel, well, I wanna make you feel better. Better than your fairy tales, and better than your best dreams. 'Cause you're more than everything I need. You're all I ever wanted, and all I ever wanted. I just wanna wrap you up, wanna kiss your lips, I wanna make you feel wanted, and I wanna call you mine, wanna hold your hand forever, and never let you forget it. 'Cause baby, I just wanna make you feel wanted, and baby, I wanna make you feel wanted.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
You'll always be wanted.
Yes, you will. So many good songs today on my playlist.
Where do I begin? How far do I go? How do you explain you love someone more than they'll ever know? I've said so many prayers, I've said so many lies. Believe that I don't feel the way I feel 1,000 times. But I love the being with you through it all. I probably swore that I would never fall. What if I did? And what if I do? What if I dream? And what if it's you? And what if all I wanna be is the one you run into? I love you in so many ways. I'm told I'm not supposed to. But what if I do?
What if I do?
And what if I do?
And my comment to that, is it really my fault for falling for the girl that I did? Is it really my fault? Come on, don't go there. Don't go there with me, because that's bullshit. Like, and that's what he's saying today. What if I do fall? What if I do this? What am I supposed to do when I'm told that I'm not supposed to fall for this person? What am I supposed to do? You know, it's that what if I do, you know, it's that what if question of, you know, do I tell her, do I not tell her?
The race. Keep this up.
You know, and that weighed on my head for a very long time before I freaking finally told her. Trust me, I was on my mind for quite a while. And it's one of those things where, you know, this song is so powerful because of what it's actually saying. More than anything else.
for a friend. Then I looked in the eyes, I'll never see the same again. There's love that lifts you up, and love that lets you down. Then you find the kind of love you can't live a day without. And the one thing I don't tell you is the truth. Oh, I never say that I was made to love you. But what if I did? And what if I do? What if I dream? And what if you knew? And what if all I wanna be is the one you run into? I love you in so many ways. I'm told I'm not supposed to. But what if I do? What if I do? What if I do? I don't know how to say that you're the one who changed the way I see the day when every day is done. But what if I did? What if I do? What if I was meant for someone? What if it's you? And what if all I wanna be is the one you run into? I love you in so many ways. I know I'm not supposed to. But what if I do?
I love you in so many ways, but yet I'm not supposed to. What do I do? What do I do at that point? You know, do you tell the person? Do you not tell the person? Do you live with the decision that you live with that decision?
What if I do?
Just convince you're worth more than silver and gold.
You say that I won't lose you, but you can't predict the future, so just hold on like you will never let go. Yeah, if you ever move on without me, I need to make sure you know
that you are the only one I'll ever love. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Look at
See what I mean, though? By how they took it and it started to bring it up, but you could clearly hear the violin and the pianos start to really pick up, and the cellos even, because they use cellos too. And it's one of those things where when you're listening, because I have such an attachment to music, I listen to all the little things with a song. So when I say a song is overproduced, it's overproduced. When I say a song is done right, it's done right. Yeah, I definitely made the right call on not freaking taking that out. I was too much of a bitch for him. So it basically froze in place, essentially. And that's why I didn't take mine out last night. Yeah, I'm going to regret that decision later, but I don't really care too much. Because it's just going to make the garbage can heavier for next week, but... Oh, come on, stream. What the fuck are you doing? Thank you. Anyway, what I was saying before my stream decided to get choppy, what I was saying was that because I'm so attached to music, I'm so connected with music, I listen for everything. And, you know, when I said Avril Lavigne's, you know, Bite Me was not overproduced, that it was done her way, I meant that. Because I knew every melody, riff, everything that she used. Because I know her music so well. But here's the key to that. Is that when you listen to as much music as I do, you pick up on certain tendencies of certain things. And with this choir, I've always loved the instrumentation of their song on top of their own vocal ability. And they are just so good at what they do in the way of, you know, everything. But, you know, like I said, let's let the song finish out, and then I'll continue on that rant, probably.
Back in my life, you're the only good I've ever done. Ever done. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Anyone, not anyone. Forever's not enough time to love you the way that I want. Love you the way that I want. 'Cause every morning I find you. I feel the day that I don't. You say that I won't lose you, but you can't predict the future. 'Cause certain things are out of our control. Yeah, if you ever move on without me, I need to make sure you know that you are the only one I'll ever love. Gotta tell you, yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Gotta tell you, looking back on my life, you're the only good I've ever done. Ever done. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Anyone, not anyone. Just hold on. You are the only one I'll ever love. Gotta tell you, yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Gotta tell you, looking back on my life, you're the only good I've ever done. Ever done. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone.
Not anyone.
God damn.
Sad, but it's true. We're all pretty strange. When our friends try to help out, we push them away, and it's all in.
Guilty of that. Guilty of that. You know, I have done that before. Shoved my friends away to cover up certain things. You know, because I just didn't want to deal with them. You know, but, you know, years later, I am opening back up to said friend that I closed out on, you know, some of it, because it's easier to just talk about it sometimes and, you know, get it out there and get it off my chest. And, you know, it is a barrier with me. It's a barrier of pain with me, and I carry it, but it's something that, you know, I want to let go, I want to let it go, and I want it to, you know, find a place and stay there. But it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't.
Our nature, it's just human behavior.
Good job. That That was the fastest lap of the
Don't
race so
want
far.
them to see what we're like on our own. Because when people are hurt, they like to be left alone. But we're just healing over.
That's me too. When you're hurt, you do just want to be left alone. And yeah. Yeah, it's very much me. You know, it's one of those things where, again, you know, I stream because I love it and I love doing what I do. But you know, in the end, you know, the worst that will happen out of this is that I will lose, you know, a few friends from, you know, or lose a few people if I decide to stop streaming. That's fine with me, but I have no plan to stop it, mind you. I have no plans to stop.
Great work.
But
it's a new fastest lap of the race.
You know, you always have to know that that is a possibility with the streamer and everything else, is that they may choose at a random point, even if they're a big one, they may choose to stop doing it. And that is their choice. And I can't fault them for that. You know, and in the end, you know, when it comes to, you know, everything that goes on in the world, you know, I always say that gaming is a safe haven. Let me rephrase that. Gaming is a safe haven as long as you leave politics at the door. The reason why I say that is because certain games, like I will say right here, right now, Siege, GTA, Extraction, Breakpoint, The Division, Destiny, Counter-Strike, they all have a very political controversy behind them because of the gun thing. But here's my thing on that. It's a video game. If the person cannot depict the difference between a game and real life, you have a problem. For me, I know this is a game. But I race it as seriously as what I would if I ever actually got the chance to drive one of these fucking cars. Which I know is never gonna happen. But if I ever did get that opportunity, which I would jump at that chance. Trust me. Trust me, I would jump at that opportunity. With the stipulation that if I wreck the car, you know, the team's not gonna be mad at me. Okay? That would be my only stipulation on that. But to be fair, just to be able to sit in this Mercedes car would make me happy. Believe it or not, just being able to sit in one of these cars and actually being able to actually, you know what the driver deals with would be enough for me. See, and I like that lyric because she's saying, you know, nobody wants to be perfect.
Gap to teammate
Nobody
behind
wants
is
to have
26.4 seconds.
You know, certain things. But we all have different ideas on how to, you know, correct a problem. You know, or different solutions for a problem. But as I was making a comment to my dad last night about this winter storm that just blew through and everything else, as I made a comment to him, you know, this shit started all the way down in Texas. Northern Texas. Bro, if we have global warming, you're full of shit. Like, give me a fucking break. We do not have global warming. No. Our weather moves in cycles. And, hello, we did have 3 volcanic eruptions within a short time span. That does change the Earth's climate in of itself. So, you guys, literally, when people tell me that there's global warming, I don't believe you because there's no proof of it. You can say the polar ice caps are melting all you fucking want. They always melt. But they also always freeze. It's just how weather works.
If it wasn't so hard to find, because we're just healing over. We're getting stronger as we get older, and it's all in our nature. It's just human behavior. Though we all make some bad choices, it's rare that we ever regret them. And when those bad choices are people, it's even harder for us to forget them.
Yes, it is. When those bad choices are people, it's hard to forget them. It is. Trust me, it is. It's, you know, I'm not saying that what I said to Maddie was a bad choice and, you know, my love for her was a bad choice. No. No. I'll never go there with you on that. What I will say, though, is that in the end, telling her and that stuff ended our friendship.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
So in the end, yeah, it was a bad choice for me to tell her that I had feelings for her. But I had to make a choice at that point that, you know, I needed to either tell her or live with the fact that I could never tell her because it would, you know, I would never want to destroy everything. And I couldn't live with myself that way. I couldn't. So, the honest side of me came out and I told her. I don't regret it. In the end, yes, I lost a best friend out of it, but I don't regret the choice I made. And that's the biggest thing you need to understand is that, well, yes, you may make some bad choices, and those bad choices may be people. Don't regret the choices you made at the time. Even if it ends badly, don't regret the choices you made, because you made them with the knowledge of why you were making those choices. Now, in the terms of choices that lead to you being in jail, those are a little bit different. Those are the choices you really need to learn from. So, anyway.
You'll heal over in time. I promise
You will be fine. Love how she says that.
It's all part of the ride. Don't let your life pass you by.
And see how she turned it into such a positive thing? Don't let your life pass you by just because of these choices. These mistakes you made. Don't let life pass you by just because of them. You know, live your life. Be who you are. And I literally can understand where she came from with this song. When she released it, it was like...
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
I was dumbstruck. Because it was like, you're an independent, but I love you so much more because of it. Because this song is so powerful. Now, I will admit, her more recent stuff I've not been liking too much, but... Like I said, when it comes to me and my music and me listening to music this far into the race is abnormal for me, but this has been a long race on top of all this snow that I've had to shovel and other things. So, the music's been kind of a help to keep me going through all of that on top of it. But in the end, you know, I don't regret making the choice to race full races all the time. Even when it comes to sorted tracks, not gonna name names. If you know me well enough, you know which track I'm talking about. Point is they need to decrease Singapore's lap count. Period. Like, I'm not getting in that debate. They need to decrease the lap count at Singapore. Now, some would say, oh, but they need to decrease the lap count here. There's no reason why we need to be running 78 laps. I would agree with you, except for one problem. You cut it down too much, and you run into a different issue entirely. So, the reason why it's 78 laps is because even if you start on the medium compound, you still logically should pit within the first half of the race. Logically. Now, granted, I've been on my tires for almost 30 laps now. But it's one of those things where this track doesn't have a very high tire ratio. As you can see by the fact that they got 30 laps on them, but they clearly are not wearing. Yeah, because this track doesn't have high tire wear. Never has high tire wear. And that's where some would say, oh, but they need to change, at certain tracks, they need to actually make it a mandatory two-stop, so it actually adds more strategy to it. Now that, I would agree with. That I would agree with. But only for certain tracks. Not every track. No. A two-stop mandatory at every track would be ridiculous. Especially if you think about a two-stop at Belgium. Think about that for a second. Two stops at Belgium. No. That's just not a good equation to think about. But a two-stop force here would actually be a good thing. could definitely add to a strategy game. Let's put it that way. Because I will say that even with me running this track as much as I have,
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the
even
race.
by towards the last half of the race, get real bored of this because it's like follow the leader, follow the leader, follow the leader. Don't fucking worry about anything else. Now, granted, is that partially because of difficulty? Sure. I would definitely say that I could go higher for the next time I'm here. Again, that is with the stipulation that qualifying goes a certain way at a specific difficulty. Which I'm starting to think that I'm going to start setting my qualifying to 60% across the board for the best opportunity to get pole. But at the same time, I don't want to say that and then blow, teams out of the water completely. Like I said here, though, where I'm gaining most of my gap is this middle sector. As you just saw, I made 2 passes right there, just through those bits of the track. And likely I'm about to make a 3rd one right here. Or I'll make it on the front straightaway. One of the two. Or in the final corner, because the final corner I tend to have pretty good success in. Driver behind.
Max behind. The gap behind us is 34.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are more than 30 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 13.1.
Just healing over. We're getting stronger as we get older, and it's all in our nature. It's just human behavior.
Made a wrong turn. No, that was terrible. Nope.
And I'll just stop the music there because we're within the last, 16 laps of this race. So. So we'll go ahead and start to bring it home to a very, very nice victory. But once again, I've left majority of the field.
to teammate behind is 37.8 seconds.
Alrighty. Let's just bring it home, shall we? Not worry about, you know, lapping more cars and everything else. Just get it to the big finish line. You know, I'm more than likely gonna hold fastest lap. Regardless. Not that I need fastest lap, to be fair. It'll be just nice to, you know, have it. After having a couple races where I did not necessarily get it. Come on. Signs. I got you, buddy. I got you, signs. I'm right on top of them. Hey, Chow. Alright, so get this, Chow. You know that big winter storm that just came through? You know, and everything else? They were predicting huge amounts of snow. Want to know how much we actually got? At most, 4 inches. Because me and my little brother easily shoveled an inch of snow yesterday. And then we easily lifted at least 3 more this morning. But the reason why we went out yesterday was because the first layer of that snow would have been ice if we didn't go out. And yeah, that would have made life a living hell. So we went out, we cleared that first layer that was all water and everything else yesterday, and the rest was just powder when it came down. So I was actually quite happy. But yeah, weather people can't predict weather. Just literally they can't. Because like even this morning, their radar was showing that we had snow overhead, and me and my little brother are outside shoveling, and it's not snowing. I literally have no idea what they were picking up on their radar, but their radars were really fucked up because like it was not snowing. A lot of the, like we would get snow and then it would stop, and then we'd get snow and then it would stop. It was really weird. But again, it comes down to where I live is basically what I like to call a little crevice in my state that dodges everything that's super severe for some reason. And I don't know why. Like, we'll get where I live, we'll get a severe thunderstorm watch, or warning, and by the time it gets to us, it's like, this is a severe thunderstorm? Really? I've been in worse. A lot worse. You know, try tornado warning type weather when I was a kid, man. That shit's frightening, though. But nothing ever came of it. Hell, even when they say, you know, oh, we have high wind gusts of, you know, this speed and that speed, I'm like, okay. I believe you about that much. I know you can't see it, but it's a small amount. And I also believe that the power companies actually put, you know, so much, you know, give in their power lines and everything anyway to allow the wind to move them. Okay? But here's the thing that I believe they also do, is within that give, there's, you know, certain things. But I believe it's a give ratio based at a wind speed, an actual set wind speed. So when I hear 30, 40 mile an hour gusts, I'm like thinking, give me a break. That ain't nothing. Worst case scenario, you have a tree that knocks down a power line. That's minor. Granted, yes, that could turn into hundreds of trees doing the same thing, but again, the likelihood. So that's slimmer. %19 on the tires, on the left front tire. But yeah, it was quite ironic, nonetheless, with the winter storm and everything. They can say what they want, but they'll never get it right, no matter what they say. And it's even funnier when you have schools that are closing in your area before there's even an inch of snow dropped from it. And it's just like, man, I used to walk to school in the shit that we freaking got yesterday. And that was not fun, to say the least. But I used to walk to school in that shit. That shit don't bother me.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
And my dad will be in Boston on Thursday next week. So, just to do a walkthrough of a dealership.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So, yeah, that's a fun thing. 2-hour flight there, 2-hour flight back. And, yeah. And then a week from then, he could be doing a walkthrough in El Paso, Texas. Yeah, my dad's company freaking is literally everywhere. As far as Denver, I believe it's the farthest they are now. Denver, Kansas, yeah, my dad's company's
We're leading our teammate
multiple
by
states.
48.9
Florida,
seconds.
they got work, they're everywhere. Let's just put it that way, they're everywhere. And it's a good thing that they are. The only thing is that, and since they just let go of the one employee that I said they needed to let go for the last couple of years, thank God, they finally let him go. After he basically demanded a raise and a bunch of other shit, but yet the guy refuses to get his license. So, yeah, figure that one out. Demands a raise, demands this, demands that, but yet refuses to get his license back. Even my dad's not that stupid. Like, literally. He knows he's not been at the top of his, you know, health and everything. Well, I should say, over the last couple of years, you know, he's struggled to be consistent and going in every day and everything else. But it's one of those things where...
This is your final lap of the race.
You know, now it's a much different thing that he's focusing on. You know, and finally starting to move forward, not backward. But I do notice that, you know, when I say certain phrases and things like that, I do notice the fact that I'm doing that to deflect off of something that I don't want to talk about. And I do that because it's not worth my time to talk about it most times. But it's also because it just... Sometimes there's just things you don't want to talk about because you don't want to be too open to people. You know?
There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Five race wins in a row. What a wonderful result. Well done.
Properly tired after that one.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. After an excellent performance. The Professor increases their championship lead. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport.
Yeah.
Amazing
With that, we wrap up
there.
another week
I'm
of
sure you're pretty
another day of
happy with that.
racing. Yeah.
How good does it feel to have both cars in your team take the top spots?
Things look close between you and your rival for a bit.
Your teammate had a great race. Appreciate your time.
Oh, but I am sure now. After that. Ugh.
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, the media will ask you about... Yeah, shut up. I know that game. Like, my god. She just annoys me sometimes because she just... It's like, bruh, it's one race. I just won the rivalry. Of course, I'm not gonna be in a rivalry yet. Now to figure out what I want to do. Actually, I already know. And I'm choosing the Division 2 over Destiny, obviously, because of different reasons, but the primary reason why I decided to choose the Division lately is because when I was playing, again, I was playing Destiny late last night, and again, it was weird because I pull out the one gun that I say is the reason why, you know, the game's never felt right since, but even using it again, it still didn't feel right. And it was like, the fuck did Bungie do to the freaking game that made it feel so much worse? Like, there's just something that doesn't feel right with the game entirely. But it's also partially because I don't have the willpower to deal with Destiny, and it's stupid logic sometimes. Like, I literally used it for my Moon Lost Sector run, Recluse. I used it the entire way, breaking 43,000 kills on that gun. And through all the Lost Sectors that I did with it and everything else, the game still didn't feel like what I'm used to. And it was bizarre to me because it's just like I've put so many hours into the game, and yet ever since they took Recluse away, it's not the fact that it's Recluse's fault. It's ever since they took it away, the actual mechanics of the game don't feel the same. Nothing feels the same. Even with using a different SMG, the game doesn't feel the same. There's something that's missing. Deliberately missing from Destiny. And that's... And I also believe that, I sent a photo to Taco last night, what's the point of having collections if over half of them I can't fucking use? Like, what's the point? Like, yes, I make the choice with this game to not use, purple gear. But if I wanted to use those weapons, I could. It's not gonna change my character that much. A weapon is a weapon in the game. Everything is useful to some extent. I just choose not to use purple gear because it's just not worth the time, primarily.
Friendly supply convoy detected.
Interesting. Also very interesting. So Striker's there, but that's tempting. For many reasons, but that mission's actually is a proper pain though. Two Patriots there. What's the breakdown in New York? Oof. That's even worse, man. Ooh, not great loot today. At all. Oof. I don't know what I want to do then. I really don't. Okay, let's do it again. I've not done this one in a while anyway, so I don't even remember half of it, so that's the main reason behind the difficulty choice that I'm going with on it, because I don't remember the mission itself. Because it's been so long since I've actually done it. So that's why I'm doing it at the normal difficulty, but we will run a different arsenal setup for it. Oh jeez, I didn't even actually, that sidearm I'm gonna keep, obviously. Increased allocation on assault rifles. So I got most of its optimal range back on it now. So we're actually gonna try this out, see how this goes. So it's got maxed out stability, but
Agent.
the optimal range on it is decreased.
Inside a chamber by the ballpark. There's no way you'll get in undetected, but I'll guide you through best I can. To get
Hostile radio intercepted.
Sumner, sir. Division agents are attempting to breach the perimeter. Well, take care of it. Protect the asset. Of course, sir. Everything under control there, Sumner? Jones, I'm on top of it. Thanks.
west through the murals to the roller coaster.
Good assault rifle. Actually. Just want to make sure there's no other loot around anywhere. Because again, I've not played this in a while, so I don't actually remember if there is any other loot around here. Nor do I remember if there's actually any other loot in most of the areas of most of the map, because I just literally play the game to waste time, pretty much. Pretty much. But I do actually like this game for the most part. There is issues that do irritate me, but they're not as bad as what other games I have are. And in the end, every game has its issues.
We secure? Working on it, sir. Don't work on it, get it done.
Enemy approaching the coaster from the murals.
Use the mortars! Sir, but what about our troops? I suggest they cross their fingers and continue to do their job. Yes, sir. Copy that.
Wow, what an ass. Use the mortars. What about our guys? I don't give a shit. Use them anyway. Bro. Like... give me a break on that one. Like, come on now.
Mortars are coming from a mobile unit near the shoreline south of your position. In order to reach Monaco in one piece, you'll need to disable that launcher.
The latest version is more potent, and the time from exposure to termination has been cut in half. Average time of death after exposure on the last batch was 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Results are promising. Kinner will be pleased. This is not me. This is not who I wanted to be. I wanted to help people. To cure cancer with viruses, not weaponize them.
To be fair, I didn't even know that lockbox was there. I literally just happened to look at the map and then saw that there was one, and then it's like, oh. Okay. Didn't even know that was there.
Blow them to hell. Fire everything we got. Yes, sir.
I guess being this close, you're out of firing range. But there are hostiles near the boardwalk. You'll need to take them out before you can disable the launcher.
Targeting system detected.
If Isaac can patch me into the firing system, I should be able to control the mortars from here.
Connecting to targeting system.
So far, so good.
Sir, the enemy is attempting to take control of the launcher. Kill them, or I swear I'll kill you. Yes, sir.
Whatever happens, Agent, make sure Isaac completes the process.
Targeting system commandeered.
You did it. I got control of the mortars. Head toward the big tower across the beach. You're not that far from the ballpark. There are hostiles up ahead. Agent, I'm gonna try and clear the road for you. I'll take out some of their defenses. Dang it! I'm out of mortars. Wish I could have been more help, Agent.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I freaking did most of the work in that anyway, so it don't fucking matter. Again, like...
What the fuck is going on? Sir, the enemy breached the gates. Then take care of it. Yes, sir.
ahead. If you go through it and up the ramp, you can access the ballpark from the bleachers.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kinner.
Hey, this upside complete. Nice.
Try again. I don't have any more of the viral samples. They were destroyed in the experiment.
That's fine. You don't keep all your eggs in one basket. I can get more.
You have more of the virus?
Of course, Vitali. I can get you whatever you need. Just stay focused on your work and try to stay calm. You make silly mistakes when you're stressed. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Kinner.
Sleep well. I'll get you another sample. I'll see you in the
Sumner, I'm hearing a lot of fucking ruckus. Are you in control of this shit or not? Whenever you feel like sharing your concerns with me, don't. If you lose Chinenko, back off and let me do my job. Fucking DC amateur bullshit! Should've fucking known. You're on Kina, I'm on this Chinenko fuck. End of story.
Ballpark, Agent. Chinenko is right there, inside the containment chamber.
Do not allow the division to get anywhere near the asset.
chopper inbound. Just need you to get Chernenko out of that chamber.
Thank you. I don't feel deserving of your help. What I've done, what Kinner made me do. Thank you.
Moses, what the hell? Okay, we need to get Chernenko on that extraction chopper now.
Chernenko secured.
Hostile radio intercepted.
This is it. Move in and incinerate the Black Tusk.
He played us. He's working with the cleaners.
Ma'am, Keener's close. His radio signal is coming from inside the park.
Everyone, with me. Let's kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, Keener, you're piece of shit. What if I just charged the boss instead of, you know, actually playing that smart? I mean, like, seriously, I could have played that away differently, and I just decided, you know what, fuck it. Rush him, what's the worst that's gonna happen, I die? Most of the AI bosses are cowards anyway, so.
Safe area detected.
Nice to see you.
I've got it. It's that simple. Do you want something? Thanks for the business agent.
Hmm. Items crafted 0 of 28. Huh. Could craft a lot of shit if I wanted to. I mean,
Big selection.
that's really annoying. So I want that set, but at the same time. Well, I mean, I have the set, and that will just give me max damage across the board anyway, so.
You need anything?
On the, all my equipment. Finally. 700k damage, just enough. And Pest nearly does 90k damage. That is a awesome setup.
Hey, you looking for something special?
Come over here, Agent.
I love how it immediately always does that. Sends you right into a loaded screen right after that opening.
This is our chance.
Like, why?
President Ellis is meeting with Lau at Camp White Oak. You're not cleared to take out the president, but we do have permission to deal with Lau. She's our top priority. We expect her to be landing soon. Check for a present at the drop site. Coop and Rhodes cooked a little something up for you.
Hang on a minute. That was not supposed to be the mission. Set up that it was supposed to be. Mission options. It was supposed to be the normal one. Thank you.
Black Tusk has Ellis at a cabin just past the staff offices. They'll move to extract him at the first sign of trouble, which they're about to get.
Intercepting enemy communications.
Multiple hostiles on the main road. Approaching the bridge. Copy that. You are clear to intercede. Bridge down. No more contacts on the road.
Unit 2, what's your status? Unit 2, do you copy? Black Tusk must have set charges on the bridge. They weren't taking chances. We've got to press on. You're headed for a small dam just north of your position.
This is JTF Unit 1 Leader. We're starting our push towards the helipad.
Copy that, Unit 1 Leader. Godspeed.
Intercepting Black Tusk communications.
Engaging a large group of hostiles at the northwestern perimeter.
They're going for the helipad. Get in front of them and fuck up their day. Ghostlight, we need immediate extraction. Ghostlight, en route. ETA 20 mics.
Hands up! Mango fell down! Have I mentioned how much I hate this minigun, dog? Like, seriously, these things are fucking annoying.
Going out.
$1.9 million damage with the scope that I'm using now. The only problem with using it is the fact that, again, because the amplification on the zoom, I've never understood why they did the sniper scopes, because it just doesn't make sense logically for what it's worth. I could understand if you're like a long ways away from enemies, but the longest you'll be is less than a, few hundred feet. But when you're actually good at aiming and actually good at actually hitting your shots, sometimes it's actually a good thing. Now the only two pieces left that I need to get maxed out variants for are the backpack and the other thing in damage.
Unit 1 Leader, have you reached the objective? We have it in sight, but we're encountering heavy resistance. Are you going to be able to lock down that helipad? We're working on it.
Not fast enough, clearly. You gonna be able to lock down that helipad? Probably not. Would have been the honest answer. Like, instead of, just, say, we're working on it. Nah, just say that we may not be able to secure it. Be honest. It's a little bit easier to be honest. A lot of forces here or something like that,
Galveston. You've got an SHG element approaching your position.
Copy that. We gotta move, Chief. Are you talking to me? Who else would I be talking to? Gather your shit and let's go. This is Galveston. Chicken Hawk is on the move. Finally. Chicken Hawk? Fuck yourself. Where are we going? Into the tunnel, Chief.
It's been a while since I've heard the actual lines for
There's
this
an entrance just ahead. You should
actually
still be able to
working
catch
properly. They don't tend to work. That ended well. I like how I just slightly adjusted a small amount there. And that was enough to get the minigun turret to back off of me. But not the tank, which is exactly, essentially what I wanted to do in that moment. But I was not expecting that to be that simple of a thing to be able to do. Now, I just want to remember something. No, it doesn't have a range finder. Or does it? Oh yeah, that's right. This actually has a 16 times zoom too. Like it literally has a really wide range zoom on it, but like it's never ever actually necessary. That nade is absolutely bullshit. There's no fucking way that should travel that far.
Why is that door still open? It's closing now, sir. Door is sealed.
Shit, no way you're getting through there. You're gonna have to take the long way around. Divert southeast around the ridge.
$2.4 million on that headshot. Is he gonna go for it? Yes, he is. And he's a dumbass. Thank you. Just bait them all to freaking take the turn and freaking then snipe them all. That is freaking... That's not a smart strategy in the least. It just happens to work on this mission a lot. And once I positioned correctly so they couldn't actually hit me with that anymore, but I could hit them, it was... Which is all I did, is I moved that little bit back and they could no longer hit me. So they stopped firing at me, but I could still hit them.
This is JTF Unit 1 leader. We're pinned down,
Using,
taking heavy losses.
basically,
With the
siege
helipad
logic.
locked down. Negative.
To my
We can't
advantage,
break
yeah.
through.
Shit. We can't let Ellis get away.
Friendly drone going up.
Two shots to his head. Kills him. Just be patient. For a moment. This is the problem with this mission, is because you don't always know truthfully where they are. I see the turn over there. Or I should say the drone over there. Eight headshots I run. Most have got it in a while, to be fair. But when you're actually specifically aiming for them, like I'm doing right now, because I'm literally specifically aiming just to get the headshots. Damn, he was all the way back here. Jeez, no wonder why that was a one hit, because that was That's a good 200-meter shot, easy. That was. Because, like, from where I was, from where he was, that was easily 200 meters. Although I would have to play the actual stream back to actually see what that was. But because it does show up on the scope, it's just that I don't actually actively pay attention to the perk that's related to this gun. Because I know what it does and how much damage, you know, a good shot will do.
On approach. Couple of lights out. Roger. You have to stand by for a few. We're taking our sweet time.
Sounds like you can still overtake Ellis. Unit 1 leader, do you have eyes on Ellis? Unit 1 leader, do you copy?
Nope, dead.
Shit!
Duh. $38 meters. So that's basically no real true increase on it, really. Now, where's that medic? I know he's coming over here. God, it becoming nighttime is just gonna make this bit even harder.
This is Ghost Light. Standing by at LZ. We're almost to you. You should have eyes on us in a minute here. We see you.
We're gonna lose him.
You missed. No more healing, bro. Moving into the final boss fight, and here pest is always the best thing to carry for the final fight because it's a lot of enemies in a short time span. go. Come on.
Getting Ellis was always a long shot. Black Tusk specializes in dealing with situations like this. But the site is under our control. We didn't give the enemy time to clean up after themselves. There's gonna be a lot of useful intel there. We can take our time picking through it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the more relevant point to realize is that, well, yes, Ellis gets away. The more important point to realize is the fact that, you know, we, you know, succeeded at what we needed to do.
Safe area entered.
Oh, hey.
Thanks
for your business.
Anyway, that will be it for today. I do hope you all enjoyed, and I will speak with you all tomorrow. Hopefully at a normal time. And yeah, I will speak with you all then.